tell you a little bit about myself and the things that I have been into in my life. I started working with people earlier in my career. I worked with the hotline counseling, and I used to do counseling late at night and crisis counseling. People would call in and tell me their issues, and a lot of times they would want to sort of like end their life, and I would try to talk them out of it and ask them, well, what was it like when life was good for you? You know, go back to what was life really like. And some of them would thank me for that later, you know. So if I could save one person's life in the world, that was a blessing to me. And I did that for a period of over a year or two. And then I got into volunteering at the various shelters. And I met all walks of people at the various shelters. And some of those people had mental illness, they had physical mental illnesses. And a lot of them couldn't get the help they would need. They would get shunned away a lot. You know, nobody wanted to be bothered with somebody that was out there in the street that was homeless, hadn't washed, hadn't cleaned up or anything. But they are people too, and they need help too. So we tried to direct them to the various resources to get their help. Also, I worked raising foster kids. These are some of the things I've done in my life. And I raised foster kids from the age of 13 to 21. And I did this for over 15 to 20 years. And some of them have came back and thanked me for helping them. Some of them have done wonderful in life. And a few of them may not have, you know. But all in all, they were very good kids, and they call me moms, and even till today, they come back and check on me. Also, I decided, after doing all of this, helping people, I decided to open up my own business. And I call this business I.AM.I LLC, which is an acronym for I Am Independent. I started this business in 2011, and it was a passion of mine. When I used to come home from work in the community, I would talk to a lot of the guys in the community who were living out there on the streets, who were on drugs and alcohol. And when they would tell me their stories, they really, really wanted to get jobs. They really wanted to get off of drugs, and they wanted to just give back to society. You know, nobody really wants to be this way, and nobody wants to live this way. So if you really sit down and talk with them and take the time with them and listen to their story, you can really find out a lot about them. They're just like us. Also, I found out that we had a severe winter, a real bad severe winter, and I had passed out blankets, cups of soup. I gave out deodorant, toothpaste, and little toiletries, and put them in a bag for them. And they still thanking me till today. And I even opened up my home from time to time when we had severe cold winter, 1 or 2 days. They would come down and I would give them blankets, and some of them would stay on the floor, they would stay on the living room sofa, and they would leave that morning because I had to go to work. Some of them would even stay for 2 days. And even they came back to thank me all types of ways. They gave me cards. They bought me sandwiches, whatever they thought that they could offer to give me for thanking them, for letting them stay in those severe cold winter months. You know, they even bought me soup like I gave them. So, I just said, what in the world could I do? What could I do to contribute back to society and to help all these people that I've met through my walks of life? The foster care kids, the people that called on the hotline, they're still out there. There's many of them. I worked at House of Roof, where there were women in there with children, and they were looking for a place to stay, and a lot of them couldn't stay because it was temporary housing. And everybody just need a second chance in life. And I was wondering, just what could I do what could I contribute? And so I created the business I.AM.I, which stands for I Am Independent. And I opened up my home to help people who could afford affordable housing. And after that, the population started growing, more people started knocking on doors and calling because they needed a place to stay, and word got around in the community. And I said, I have got to do something about this. I have got to expand. So I'm looking to expand. And my vision is I would like to get multiple properties to help multiple people in our community. So if you would like to help me, please feel free to give your donations. Please read the bottom below. Thank you for your support.
Okay, Jackie. How do you help people that has issues with their credit? If they try to run a run from I.AM.I and they just have some things that happen to them, you know, whether it's bad credit or dealing with the criminal law system, are you able to work with them to get them up and running?
Yes, we have people who come in that had 20 years in jail, that have credit issues, that had, who can't really afford housing. And yes, we give them a second chance. They come in, they fill out the application, I sit and talk with them extensively and find out, what is the situation and how many people is there for one. And we wind up giving them a place to stay.
And how do you work with pricing of your rooms? Is that on a case-by-case basis? And if the room's pretty affordable, where a person still can live and not spending all their money on rent?
Yes, our rates for our affordable housing start off at $400 for rent. And we do it on a case-by-case basis. And we can go as high as $650, but basically the rooms are $400 a month. If it's a very large room, then we charge $650, especially if there's a couple that's coming in. They would need more space than a single person. So yes.
And Jackie, it says here that you're interested in helping vets, people that have mental illness, as well as homelessness. That's a lot to cover, and a lot of places is not doing that. Is that like your niche or your MO for I.AM.I?
Yes, it very much is. Very much so. Very much so. I deal with a lot of people that have mental illness, and people don't understand that. But they're people just like us, and they can't help that they have mental illness. But what we try to do is get them the resources, to help them along, to help them function, to help them back into society. And they are very grateful for it. Extremely grateful that someone took the time to even bring them in to listen to their story. We get them cleaned up, washed up, and some of them have even gotten jobs at Walmart, Kmart, Family Dollar. Some of them even became managers. And that's how far they came from being homeless. Even with mental illness, they have became back into society.
Wow, Jackie B. I really appreciate everything you're doing for the community. I wish you the best of luck. God bless you. And keep up the good work. And remember, if anybody out there that need to contact Jackie, do you have a direct line people can reach you?
Yes, they can call me at I.AM.I LLC 443-326-17.